Only about 1 in 4 kids from Southeast Ohio take the step to higher education, and we wanted to find out what it takes to make those steps on a football field. Most of us remember the horrible scene in the early morning hours of November 16th, 2014. It's been 2 years since the barriers on West Union Street have closed off the area, and it's finally rising from the ashes.
A skateboard and a surfboard aren't two things you'd normally find on a golf course, but with a golf board, it brings it all together.
They want to get right here, but it's a lot tougher for kids from this area. They don't have the same exposure as students from other high schools with more resources. Still, if college education is the question, for some kids, sports may be the only answer.
It could cost you a lot more. That's what life's like living in a food desert. And that's the reality for more than half of Vinton County's residents. Newswatch at Noon in-depth reporter Rachel Nemi is here to talk about their challenge.
Looking at it from a class perspective, what do you expect from these guys coming in? Bearcat football back in action this week, and with every new season comes new position battles. This year, one of the most competitive. A lot of guys working to climb the depth chart. Most notable, the quarterback competition.
Jared Sparling has sent students to higher education every year as a River Valley head football coach. Some are on the fast track to a pre-med degree while playing football, and others realize that Appalachia is home and they return to the hills of Southeast Ohio. Either way, the gridiron helped them figure it out.
I know you had just a huge job your first year as NY's head coach, and you were taking on a team that came off a 1-9 season. So what was your message to the players when you first started?
One guy who I can guarantee has a huge smile on his face today, H-back Ryan Hewitt. I mean, what other reaction can you expect after 2 years of hard work turns into a payday? Today, the Bengals agreed to a 3-year contract extension worth $7.5 million for Hewitt.
Welcome back to the Sit Up Gridiron Glory. I'm your host, Dani Dean, back under center. The 2016 season started with 34 teams, and after 10 crazy weeks, we're left with just 9 teams that qualified for the playoffs.
Eifert was asked if he would ever play in the Pro Bowl again. He said it would be a definite no. Said it was one of the most fun weekends of his life, but it's just not worth the risk.
And tune in next week, same time, same place. We'll take a look at gun safety in Athens, how students and adults in Southeast Ohio deal with the digital divide, and how athletics help kids extend their education.
Oh, the story and the agony of recruiting.
Jared Sparling is a former college football player and recruiter, and now spends his time shaping the future careers of his athletes as a River Valley High School head coach. While some seniors are celebrating commitments on National Signing Day, juniors are just beginning their recruiting process.
Obviously, when they're freshmen and sophomores, if they have those aspirations, we have communication and we're kind of guiding them. After signing day, sometime in March and April, I'll sit down with my seniors to be and kind of tell them, hey, listen, if this is what you want to do, here's what the next few months need to look like.
Dani Johnson, a former Gallia Academy standout, went through this process. He figured out the key to exposure when you come from a small Appalachian high school.
Don't be that 18-year-old shy kid that you don't want to ask questions. Ask questions, go to every single visit you can, annoy the coaches, and expose yourself.
Today, high school athletes have technology on their side. For example, the website huddle.com.
Huddle allows you to make your own videos, and it's easy to get out to people by all social medias. You can send it by email, and coaches and anybody that has Huddle can access your videos without you even having to give them permission.
You have these recruiting websites nowadays to where anybody can make a highlight film and put it on there. And highlight films and technology is becoming so great that you might not be the player that everyone thought you were on film because it's a highlight.
Only about 1 in 4 kids from Southeast Ohio take the step to higher education, and we wanted to find out what it takes to make those steps on a football field.
In my experience being on the other side of the table, we've taken so many kids over the years that probably would not get a college education if it weren't for sports.